So for the
After the meeting, this is not constructive. So let's think
yeah,
about
let's
it.
move on.
Thank you, Andre, for your words and thoughts.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
All right. Yeah. What happened?
you want me to respond to that?
No, I'll just briefly say thank you. I'm just gonna make a quick response, just quickly, and then we'll move on with our agenda that we have with Club Talk. We have a couple other clubs I want to give their updates. I'll be happy to talk with with anyone in great detail about this. We've made this process very open, very thorough. There's been many people involved in this. It's been posted online. There's been many opportunities for involvement. We try to make this as open and transparent as possible. This is no surprise to you all that are here. You all know that this has been going on, the Constitution reform and updates. And the process that we went through to vote and clarify this process was confirmed through the Dean of Students Office, even down the Constitution itself, as well as the process of ratification. So everything has been confirmed, and according to the provisional Constitution that Andre is referring to, that has expired. There's a previous Constitution. We follow those rules as well. So everything has been done. We've done even more than is required to make this open and transparent. And so we are operating under the new Constitution, and there are perhaps opportunities. There are opportunities within the bylaws to if you want to bring questions and so on like that, you can. So this is not the proper way to address that. Yes.
Mr. President, I rise on a personal privilege to apologize for the disrespect in which you were just treated. And the disrespect for your office.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the work Andre has done over the years. I mean, he's been fantastic, and as he said, when I first got involved with HESA, Andre's one I first got involved with. I'm super happy. I think there's a cause of concern that he's upset about the club wording specifically that's mentioned in the bylaws. And so we took his specific concerns. Aaron as well met with him, and we made revisions specifically to the wording about the clubs in the bylaws to reflect his concerns.
That's actually, you didn't meet with me, Philip.
We met with you after the GA meeting specifically.
Point of order, the speaker is not recognized.
Okay.
Do that after.
So we'll be happy to talk more. So let's move on with the club talk. Let's move right along. So next we have International Relations Club. Why don't you come on down and give us a quick update from your club. Thanks so much.
Hello. I'm Christy, and I'm the Vice President of International Relations Club. And I'm Carrie. Hi, everyone. I'm very impressed, Andre, with your events, and there's much to learn about how to attract a lot of people with a great list of guest panelists. So we would like to talk a bit about the description of the past events that we held. We had 3 great events. First, our club is dedicated in raising awareness of international issues that we often don't encounter in our daily basis. Some of the topics that you hear on the news, we would like to bring it to your attention through our event, but there are other issues that we would like to incorporate and try to educate and inform the Harvard community, as well as create dialogues with the public, with the forums that we create with the guest panelists. So we focus our topics on from culture to political economic issues, and this year we focused our events on social and political. The very first event that we covered was the documentary showing of the Iglan. It was directed by Kevin Solin, who actually attends Harvard University. He, after the screening of the film, which is about the Ig tribe in the northern Uganda, and he actually went there and filmed it, and he tells a story with his film, and it dispels this notion of the Ig tribe in northern Uganda that what's his name? There's an author who wrote about the Uganda tribe, and the title of the book is The Mountain People. And what Kevin does with his film is dispels the notion of the Iglan tribe as the worst people on the planet. Dispels the notion that they were savages. So he actually went there and filmed it, and after the screening of the film, we had a very interesting Q&A session where he talked about his experience of living without sanitation system, without clean water, and actually living among this tribe. So it was a very fun event. The second event that we had was Latin American education realities. And that focused on the weaknesses and strengths of Latin American education system, and particularly in Mexico. So we had two excellent guest panelists. One was Dr. Fernando Rimers, who is a professor here, and Dr. Herrera. He was a former Secretary of Education in Mexico. And they both talked about the education situation in Mexico and Latin America. It was sort of like a comparative analysis. And it was very educational. We had a Q&A session after their speeches. And the third event that we had was just very recently, and it was the America's Pivot to the Pacific. And it talked about the U.S.-China relations, particularly the military and security issues it got a little bit technical with the Navy and the regional territorial disputes that are going on in the sea. And some of the panelists that we had were Dr. Erickson, who's at the Fairbanks Center, and William Martell, there's so many, I can't remember the names of all of them. Professor Holmes from the Naval War College, and Professor Yoshara. And these are high panel, very, very excellent panelists, experts in the U.S.-China relations. And our keynote speaker was Randy Forbes. He's a congressman who flew in from Virginia that very morning and gave us an excellent insight into how the U.S. policies toward China. So these are the events that we had, and I just would like to say that we have our team, our organization is made up of a very diverse group of people, including Haitian, Korean, Samoan, and there's one more Mexican, one from Pakistan, Cote d'Ivoire, and so we are very, very, very exciting to look forward to next year to get more people involved. So I would like to hand it over to Jerry now.
Yes, we had an awesome year this year, and of course we'd like any of you who want to participate to see me after, and we'll let you know how you can get involved. And our email address is HEIRC@BCE.
Did you want to write it down?
I can write it down. HEIRC@BCE.Harvard.edu. We're actually currently holding elections. I'm resigning from the club, and hopefully we'll send a notification out to HESA soon, letting you guys know who the next president will be of her. But don't be discouraged. I'll still be around helping the team. So love to hear from you guys, and you can talk to me afterwards also.
We were very thankful.
Oh, just a personal observation. I think one of you is going to be going abroad this summer, and so just want the opportunity to sort of plug both your actual going abroad and actually point out that this is an opportunity that someone at an extension school can actually do.
Yeah, definitely. I think I am going abroad this summer to France, and probably due to the reason that I did well in school, and also that I've been part of an international club, and I had really good references. So I'm actually going away and doing research and study abroad in France. I'm really excited about that. So get involved. Thank you, Sheldon. All right, thank you.
Good job. I've never heard it called HERC before. I like that. HERC. There's one more club. The Environmental Club. Come on down. Are you wearing some environmental clothing tonight? wearing recycled clothing, Kristen? Oh, that's okay.
Hi everyone, I'm Julia, I'm president of the Environmental Club. I'm going to be very, very quick, I don't have too much to say. We had our last Green Exchange event where we had speakers and then a networking opportunity afterwards. So in all the Green Exchange events were pretty successful. Our last one was on water. If you want to learn more about it, we had some really exciting panelists. They talked about putting oysters back in the river to clean up the harbor, which apparently is still very, very polluted. The director of the Mystic River Watershed was also there, and he talked a lot about how there's still a lot of problems, showed some very disturbing photos. So his presentation will be on our website, www.harvardec.org. So if you want to see all the efforts people are making in the watersheds in this area, then please check out our website. Our last event is next Friday, May 4th. We're going to have a outdoor barbecue, lawn games, all that fun stuff. It's going to be right over there in the courtyard behind the Museum of Natural History. It's actually really, really nice. We've got a lot of room. We're going to barbecue. We're going to have drinks. and yeah, we'll just have a bunch of people, kind of fun time to hang out. Also, we are also having elections like everyone else. Pretty much our entire board is transitioning. So please, if you're interested, think about running. If you're concerned about the environment, we have about many, many different positions from marketing to president and vice president. So please join us for the barbecue outdoor end of the semester social extravaganza.
Yeah, just a point of clarification. Now, you say out behind the Natural Museum.
That is
Now,
confusing. I'm sorry.
yeah.
It's actually, you can't get to it from the front of the museum. You have to go in through Divinity Ave. So more specifically, it's behind the Peabody Museum. But it's kind of that area right between the Harvard Museum of Natural History, the Peabody Museum, also the Toddler Library. Yeah,
and that little, the quad,
courtyard.
okay,
So let's put up
okay.
signs. You can get
With the
in.
volleyball net.
No,
Yeah,
not
no,
that one.
not that
Not
one.
the volleyball pit.
Not the okay.
It's the one across the street from that. So it's closer to this building. So
Oh, there's,
yeah,
well, that would be, I always considered that the front. I thought that was.
the front is the one with the big yard, but behind it there's actually a smaller. They'll put a big. Yeah, we'll put a big
Yeah.
sign. You'll see it. So there's a path to get to it from here on this side, and then there's a path to get to it from Divinity Ave. It's kind of hidden.
Oh, okay.
So we'll put up some big signs. We'll also have a map on the website so you can kind of see where it is. It's next Friday, May 4th. Yeah.
From what time?
From basically after work, you come over 5:30. We'll probably start barbecuing around 6 until 9, 10, whenever, until it gets too dark and the mosquitoes are out. No one wants to be there anymore. So yeah, so come join us. It should be a lot of fun. We're going to try to serve all sustainable local food. I'm working on getting appropriate grilling meats for that. So it should be pretty good. And that's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Julie. I think those are results, right? We all close. All right, we're going to vote Sarah Robb and Sarah is the liaison for ESA. Soul or really just a little bit about the thesis deal, but Sarah can tell you a little bit more.
Hi, thank you, Saul, for bringing up the May 15th and 16th thesis forum sessions that the Extension School will be hosting. I've got cards here, and if any of you would like to volunteer to come out, the times aren't quite set yet, but I believe it's between maybe 4 or 5 and 9 p.m. And last year they were over on Brattle Street, so I'll have information more about times and places soon. But if any of you are undergraduates considering going on to an advanced degree, or if you are an extension student who is considering to go on to a master's program, or if you are a current master's student who wants to demystify the thesis process, I invite you to come and volunteer that night. It's an awesome opportunity to hear the best thesis presentations that each department has to put forward. They do an abbreviated version of their thesis, they defend them, there's questions and answers from the public, you have an opportunity to meet with extension school administrators, deans, faculty members, and other graduate students. So it's a wonderful opportunity. I went and helped out last year, and it really made a big difference to me. Not only did I meet people, I had an opportunity to really hear what it was all about. So that was a big help to me. So I invite all of you to come and help us that evening. You could come for an hour or two or spend the whole night. Basically, we'll be there as in a hospitality position, and we'll be working with the Harvard Extension School administration. And so again, deans will be there, administrators. It's such a great night, and you might get a cookie or two. So I invite you all to come along. And I've got cards. I'm sitting up there next to Odessa. And please come and see me after tonight if you'd like to help out at the ALM Thesis Forum on May 15th and 16th. Thank you very much.
Great job, Sarah. All right, so we're drawing to a close, so thank you all. We made it 2 hours. We're a little over 2 hours, a little longer than we had hoped, but I know a lot of you have papers to finish and so on, so we'll let you get out of here. Just a couple quick things to recap. Let's see if we'll do a pop quiz. All right, see how many of you are paying attention.
We need one more exam.
One more, yeah, just in case we get one more exam. Is the HESA Commencement Gala, what day?
25th.
May 25th, okay, good. And the tickets are not available?
No, they are.
Oh, they are available, false.
Yeah.
That's true, they are available. Good, okay, so get your tickets now. You can get your tickets on the website. And what's the awards? How many knows what the awards program is?
For the student
Student
choice.
Choice Awards, Student Choice Awards. And what action do you need to take with the
Vote.
Student Choice Awards?
Vote.
Vote.
You need to nominate, not
No.
by sort of vote, but nominate
No.
your, there's professors from different fields you can nominate, as well as your academic advisor and TAs. So make sure you submit your nominations right away for that, the Student Choice Awards. And the ALM Thesis Forum, as Sarah just mentioned, we need volunteers for that. So please see Sarah right now, run to see Sarah. And we also need volunteers for Odessa, so for the gala. So please see Commensa. This is the volunteer zone. So get involved right away back there. The Charles River Boat Cruise is May 5th with the Harvard Extension Alumni Association. So make sure you get your tickets. The tickets are available on the Harvard Extension Alumni Association webpage. Yes.
Can I just say a quick word again?
Okay, sure. Yeah. And then the voting opens on Monday, which is the election for the directors. So make sure you vote. You'll receive an electronic email from the Dean of Students office as well for that. Voting closes when?
May 4th?
Well, that's Student Choice Awards. But the voting for is it actually May 4th? Friday? Well, whatever the next Friday is. That's when the director elections close. All right. So thank you all so much, and yeah, we'll have a minute. Let's see.
Just
Yeah,
1
one
minute,
minute.
guys.
Are you gonna send an email update or update on some of those,
With all the dates.
With all the events and everything? Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, and Natasha couldn't be here tonight, our communications director, but yeah, she's very on top of sending out emails. I mean, the tickets are selling already for the commencement gala pretty quickly, so you definitely want to get before it sells out because there's limited space. So you want to get your commencement gala tickets. Yeah, question.
Yeah, just a question. How are the winners of the Student Choice Award?
Yeah, so I'm not actually on the committee that's actually involved in it, but they can, unfortunately no one's here tonight, but there's basically a committee that goes through and reviews each of them. It can't purely be on the number of votes, because some of the categories may only get one vote because there's a lot of categories for the different professors. In that case, that would be obvious winner, but it's also based on quality. So the things that you submit, like the wording, we have students from every a diverse range of degree programs that are involved in the process deliberating. So I'll be happy to put you in touch with the people that are running that. Definitely. Yeah, and so Amit wants to say a quick hello. It's great to see past presidents come by.
Yeah.
This is like the only place where I'm famous in the world.
Amit, so the story goes, Amit walked into Dean Schnegel's office and said, I want to sign up for the student government. And he said, you want to create it, essentially. Is that sort of
Roughly, that was the story, you know.
So yeah, let's give him a hand. We wouldn't be here.
Well, actually, I always like to give the president and everybody a round of applause.
Thank you.
When I started HESA was literally a box of donuts that I would go buy from Dunkin' Donuts. It was their best dozen that they had that night on a Wednesday night.
and we would sit in the worst room in the Science Center. And by we, I mean me and the box of donuts. And I sat there every Wednesday night for a solid year by myself. I had board members that I'd elected, I had members I'd recruited, we had a mailing list of like 30 people. Suzanne Spreadbury was very supportive, Sue Shop was very supportive, Dean Commode, who some of you might remember, he was incredibly supportive. And I sat there with those donuts like it was my job in life. And now, fast forward, close to a decade, it's actually my 10-year reunion this year. And I think we were actually hosting some. I know you didn't think I was going to make it that long, but I just am very impressed every year when I come back to visit HESA and see what's going on. I'm very impressed as to what it's grown into and like the amount of participation that there is. And we've definitely come a long way from the room with the donuts. And just keep in mind, you guys are the face of the extension school. What you guys are doing, it's not just, HESA, it's not just that club that you're running, it's not just that meeting that you just had with Philip. You guys represent the school. And that was the primary thing. When HESA got off the ground, nobody knew who the extension school was. They didn't know what the students were like. All they had to go off of was the catalog and the articles that the Harvard Crimson would report. And I think some of you have read some of the Harvard Crimson articles about the extension school, and they're not flattering. And so what is flattering about the extension school is now what you guys are doing. The galas have been like hugely successful. The masquerade ball, hugely successful. The massive organization that this has turned into is hugely successful. And so I just want to kind of, over the last 10 years, having been in on every administration, I just want to remind everybody, this is a wonderful student endeavor. You're giving back to your community, you're giving back to your school every time you show up for one of these meetings, and that's fantastic. And you all need to hold each other up. Whatever you're doing, hold each other up. All right? And that's my 2 cents for you guys, and I hope you all had a great year. Those of you that are graduating, congratulations. I'm a recruiter now, so if you want a job, come talk to me. And that's that. Show up for my 10-year party. Whenever that happens. It's perfect. So,
Do you have tickets available?
talk to Michelle. She's got it. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. And
Thanks so much. And thank you, everyone, for coming out once again. Went a little longer than we had hoped, but we're going to get you out of here and on your way. And I'm super excited about the new administration that's coming in, 2012, 2013. I'm excited to hear the speeches tonight from the directors. I'm excited about our new president and vice president. They have a lot of energy, ideas, and excitement. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen when I'm gone and out of the way. And look forward to feeling like I'm at. So thanks so much, everybody. And let's have a great rest of the semester together. Good luck on your finals. You're going to do great.
But before we do that, as you all know, this is Philip's last meeting. He's no longer going to be our president. I think for a lot of us sitting in this room, we can say our experience here at the Extension School is largely what it is because of Philip's passion, his unrelenting drive to make this organization, to sort of stand on the backs of those who have started it, and to make it such a great organization. And I think all of us agree with that. So on behalf of both myself and all of us here, thank you so much for everything you've done. So we couldn't end this meeting without saying thank you to our president who's done such a fantastic job. So thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thanks so much. All right, have a great rest of your semester, everybody. Make sure you meet somebody new. If you haven't met them already, go meet and introduce yourself. And go volunteer.